You know, I wanted the family to be here today, Gene's family, because they give a face and voice to GM's injustice. For all of its rhetoric and fine words, GM continues to insist on arbitrary and appalling deadlines that deny this family and many, many others across the country effective redress and relief. Basic justice that GM and others tout as something they really want. When Gene was killed in a GM car in December 2003, her family could only guess and wonder at what the cause would possibly be. She was 81 years old, a vital, vibrant woman who swam, shopped, worked on the farm and the family store, and her car inexplicably went off the road. But GM knew then, and in subsequent years, what the real cause was. GM knew that its defective ignition switch killed Gene Averill. GM knew and concealed the cause of that crash then, and year after year, injury after injury, death after death, after knowing all the time that the cause of those deaths and injuries and crashes was its defective ignition switch. GM then concealed that fact, not only from those victims and the American people, but from the United States government when it sought bankruptcy protection. If the facts are as they are claimed, and they've been unrebutted, GM knew then and now that it was deceiving the government of the United States in seeking that bankruptcy protection and the shield from liability that came with it. And GM knew then that Gene's death was the first of 13 that it linked to that defective ignition switch. The number 13 has now grown to 87. 87 people killed as a result of GM's defective ignition switch. That's the number that comes from the Compensation Fund Administrator, Ken Feinberg. And that compensation fund was established only because congressional critics like Senator Nelson and myself and others insisted that there be some kind of compensation fund. We've also insisted that there be a criminal investigation, and it is ongoing. But the reason why these deadlines are so pernicious is that families like this one have to make a choice about whether to accept an offer from the compensation fund before they know the results of that criminal investigation, before they know what all the facts may be and disclosed about what the causes were in their family's deaths and injuries. GM said it was going to do the right thing when it established this compensation fund, but it continues the policy of avoidance of responsibility by insisting that families make decisions within 90 days of any offer. And this family is under the same obligation, that arbitrary deadline, imposed by GM. So today, I call on GM to waive its arbitrary deadlines and the shield from responsibility. It's not just legal liability, it's accountability and responsibility that GM is ducking by insisting on its shield from liability under the bankruptcy court ruling. My call to GM is, why are you insisting that this family and countless others accept your offer from the compensation fund within 90 days when you covered up for close to a decade? If you could conceal this defect for almost 10 years, why are you giving these families only 90 days to accept your offer? You are offering them a heads we win, tails you lose offer. And you have barred the courthouse door. GM has barred the courthouse door, padlocked access by these families and others, and effectively denied recourse and relief, which is generally what Americans deserve from their courts. So for these families, 87 of them, whose loved ones died, for countless others who suffered injury, justice has been denied by GM insisting on these deadlines and insisting on its shield from liability.